Okay. Yeah. Lady Wolf Pack on a whole nother level. Savage as they come, gang of female rebel. Got the sharpest claws, we got the whitest teeth. We coming for your lunch, but we only bring the heat.
Hey y'all, I'm Cassidy, the favorite daughter, obviously.
And I'm Kim, her mom, her match, and the real reason she turned out halfway decent.
Welcome to Mom's Favorite, the podcast where we laugh, vent, and overshare like it's our full-time job.
Yeah. And we're coming straight to you from Austin, Texas, where the queso's hot, the opinions are hotter, and we don't sugarcoat a damn thing.
You know, just think of us as Thelma and Louise, but only they're related and they have a podcast instead of a death wish.
So go ahead and pour yourself something strong, maybe a margarita, get a little snack.
Because here on Mom's Favorite, we got a lot to unpack. Dun 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 dun. Me. Anyways, if you've ever argued over who had a better claim to the Iron Throne, still haven't recovered from the Red Wedding, or randomly yell Dracarys when life gets a little bit inconvenient, congratulations, you are our kind of people, aka nerds. And today's episode is for you. Today, my coworker Karen joins me again because we've realized we spend an embarrassing amount of time talking about Game of Thrones at work, so we figured, why not put microphones in front of us and make a whole episode out of it? So we have everyone's favorite interviewee, Karen, here. And I thought, go ahead and say hi to the people.
Hi, people. I can't wait to talk about Game of Thrones. This is my personal obsession.
Got lots of good feedback about you. The people love you.
Oh, fun. Be on more. This is a lot of fun.
So what's funny is, about how many months ago would you say you had never seen...
Sickening amount of short time, yes.
You had never seen Game of Thrones.
Yes, on Principality. I was like one of those people that was like, no, it's not my thing. I'm not going to get into it. They're like an obsessed cult. And then very short amount of time later, I have now watched it 3 times back to back.
Yeah, so I shared my HBO login, and
HBO hopefully is not listening.
I know they're not. I promise. We're not that big. I shared my HBO login, and I have rewatched it a few times, and then she was like, "All right, I guess I'm gonna watch it." And then, like, within a week, you had watched all 8 seasons.
Yes.
And then, like, a couple days later, you're like, I'm starting it over.
Yeah, fastidiously. I left my husband on the couch at like 7:30 at night, and I was like, I'm going to bed, and I would go in there and knock like 3 episodes out. Like, I was genuinely obsessed. I get why people 15 years ago, this was such a big thing.
Yeah. You're like, what have I been doing the past 15 years?
It changed my life. It is the coolest thing ever written, ever done on screen. This guy, this George R. Martin, whatever.
George R. Martin. He's crazy. His brain is crazy.
I know. We have to study it when he passes away. The layers to his stories that he leaves little nuggets everywhere, and the fact that he has this entire kingdom, and not just the kingdom in his brain, but stories of each family, where they went, what they did, how it moved into the other, even the House of Dragon and
Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Yeah, there's so much detail and like depth. You're like, there's no way this isn't real.
Yeah,
this has to be real, because no way someone just made all this up.
Oh yeah, I would turn around to her occasionally and be like, okay, so I'm trying to figure out the time frame of this, and she would say, Karen, this isn't real. This isn't like a real story that happened in the 1500s.
She's like, I don't think they said fuck back then. I was like, well, there also wasn't dragons. This was not a real time. And you're like, oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know. It's funny. I keep finding myself doing that. I'm like, this didn't really happen, even though I wanted to.
Maybe like it would have been the ultimate time. Maybe for someone like me. And I was obsessed with like King Arthur and his tales of bravery when I was younger. So So obviously it kind of stands to reason that this is in the vein of that. But it is so exciting. And honestly, talking about it right now, I feel like I just need to start it over again. I feel like fourth time's a charm.
I know. Anytime we talk about it, you're like, fine, you convinced me to start it over.
And I do highly recommend that you watch it back to back if you are a true fan. Yeah.
There's so much you miss.
Yes. Especially now that you're watching House of Dragon, you can catch up on all the little things that are done in it. It's just phenomenal. It should be studied for the ages.
Yeah, so if not, somebody's not a Game of Thrones nerd out there, the Game of Thrones came out like 15 years ago, and which, side note, my husband watched it with his friends, when it was like live. Not live, but I was like, you had to wait a whole week to see these episodes? And he was like, yeah, I just have to watch that and then come home and pretend like nothing ever happened.
Sometimes I watch it, especially with big ones like the Red Wedding, when Ned Stark got his head chopped off. And I think about like how people saw this in real time, how shocking and crazy it was at that time. Just a magnificent. I wish that they, and I do feel like at the end, I feel like this is a common opinion. I think it was a little bit rushed at the end. I mean, here I am three times in, and I'm an expert on this show, but they definitely at the end seemed that they jumped the shark a bit. But
yeah, I think they got their seasons cut short, so they had to kind of cram in a bunch of stuff. But the newest show, the show that's out now, the third season, is called House of the Dragon, and the timeline on that is it happened 300 years prior to the Game of Thrones time period.
They're still talking about the promise, though. What was it? Is it called
the Song of Ice and Fire?
It is so interesting because what I see in the parallels of both of these shows is, and you can get political with it. I think there's a lot of Game of Thrones parallels with how, racism in America and all around the world and segregation and things like that. But I do think that the general theme of both of these shows is just power hungry, maybe in Lord of Rings too, where you see the brass ring and then you want to be the savior. And I think that Daenerys wanted to be the savior because she thought she was the promised one. And I think, Rhaenyra now in House of Dragon is setting herself up to be this promised Targaryen, which we all know was Jon Snow, but whatever.
But that's neither here nor there.
Hopefully no spoiler alerts here.
Oh yeah, I guess I could have put that in the beginning. But if you haven't seen an episode of Game of Thrones, first of all, what are you doing? Second of all, just go watch it. Okay.
I can't get on Cassidy's account though because there's too many users. So find another.
That's true. Person. Yeah, I maxed out on devices.
Yes.
So if you were in, which house do you think you would be in?
Ooh, excellent question. I love the Tyrells. I love that old woman that was fiery and feisty, and I would have loved for her to be my grandma. She is the hero. She killed Joffrey. I mean, let's be honest.
Lady Olenna.
Yes. But obviously House Stark is amazing and the most resilient. Out of all of them, but definitely, and just the Tyrells. They lived in that beautiful island with greenery and flowers everywhere. That's
High Garden.
Yes. Which is funny because later on in House of Dragon, you're like, ooh, the greens are not necessarily the best. I wonder, I'm just thinking about this now. I wonder if there was any like lingering resentment from the House of Dragons era that kind of brought into the Game of Thrones. We could just ponder all day long.
Yep. Yeah, you could spiral forever and ever and ever.
What house would you be in?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think you strike me as a Lannister, and I don't mean that as a bad.
Yeah, no. Just like the they're like the Scorpios of Westeros or whatever.
Yes.
Unbothered, don't care what anybody thinks.
But of course, then and I'm sure I'm not the only one, but as I'm watching Game of Thrones, and a lot of people did this later on, but you've got a separate window open because you are Googling all of these characters. Where did they come from? How did they make money?
Yeah.
Where's this? I think I had a map of Westeros printed out at my desk.
Yeah.
Just to give me some reference. But it is interesting that the Lannisters stole all of their money, which, I guess isn't very surprising in natural world as well. But so they, even though they came across as the most powerful and rich in Westeros, their goods were stolen at Casterly Rock. All of that was stolen. And if you go back into the history of it, that's kind of how they made their name. And watching the Lannisters in House of Dragon and then later, hundreds of years later in Game of Thrones, you can see where, the Emperor has no clothes. I think that they kind of built themselves up on kind of a fake it till you make it kind of deal. And it worked. They definitely come across as the most smug in Game of Thrones. But
yeah. What I find interesting is when you watch Game of Thrones, you clearly see how all Targaryens have this moment when they go crazy, essentially. And then House of the Dragon, you're really rooting for Rhaenyra. She seems really good, like a good person, a good egg. And now in the new season, you can kind of see how she's starting to turn.
Well, she's got the eye twitch, right?
She's starting to get the Targaryen craze in her eye.
I know. But what made it first? Is it nurture or nature? I mean, here's this woman who, had to fight all of her life to kind of be validated. And 2 of her beautiful sons die horribly, which is the cost of power. But yeah, you can see why maybe the madness was there.
Totally.
The fact that they have the shocking white hair is also interesting. I would love to pick George R.R. Martin's brain because there is something, if you have a shock of white hair as a regular human in real life, it does indicate that you've got maybe heart problems or you went through a very terrible experience and, this is the shock of it growing out. So maybe this entire race of people was begot from trauma. And
yeah.
Never know.
I think I've heard that in the book, he wanted them to seem almost alien-esque. And so that's kind of where the white hair comes from. I think. I could be wrong. My husband knows all kinds of history that never existed. But we're just going to pretend it does.
Well, we do have Dothraki on our Marty machine.
We do,
here.
on our translator machine. On all the lists of languages, the Dothraki's on there.
So did he?
So is Klingon.
He makes whole new languages for these people as well.
Yeah.
This man, he should be studied.
I know.
He's insane.
I know. So I thought it would be fun if we did a little trivia sesh. Some of these we've just answered talking, so I might skip a couple, but let's see. So they're kind of mixed in random, easy, hard, whatever. Okay. What is the name of the Night's Watch headquarters?
Is it Castle Black?
Yes, it is. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. These are questions about the names of swords.
Okay.
What is the name of Jon Snow's sword?
Shoot.
You can see it. You can see it in your brain.
No, it was given to him.
It has that little wolf head on it.
It's the... Oh, man. I'm thinking it's all that's coming up is Dark Sister, but that is not it.
No.
Dark Sister. Who has Dark Sister?
I can't remember.
No. Okay, what is it? It's, because you.
Yeah, it's Long Claw.
Long Claw. Yeah.
Yes.
And it had a different thing on top of it until Mormont gave it to it.
Yeah.
It was just, that's another funny thing in the whole thing is this sword has been tried to give away to a million different people, and they're right at the very last minute they're like, no. It's yours.
Yeah. You try to give it back to Jorah, and he's like, no, my father gave it to you.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, what about Arya's sword?
Oh, yes. Oh, needle.
Yep, needle.
And you stick it with the pointy end.
That's right. And then, do you know the name of the sword that Brienne received?
Oh, yes. Oh, from our dearest Jamie, our love-hate relationship with that fine-ass guy. Until you realize he's, boinking his sister.
I know. You hate him, then you love him.
I know. And the fact that he and Brienne kind of woohoo,
I know.
that was a lot of fun. God, what is it? It's Kingslayer. No. It's the one that his dad made for him that he whittled down.
It was made from two, it was one sword created into two, but
Oathkeeper.
Yeah. You got it. Okay. What is House Stark's motto?
The winter is coming.
Winter is coming. What do we say to the Lord of Death?
I choose violence. No.
Close. No. It's not today.
Oh, not today. Yes.
What was Jon Snow's direwolf's name?
It was the white one, yeah? It was... what was his name? See, I'm too into House of Dragon now. And I have to go back.
I know.
And watch. I don't know. What was it?
Ghost. Yeah, Ghost.
Okay.
Do you know which two actors, and you can say their character names if you don't know the actors' names, got married during the course of the series?
My favorite. Oh, Ygritte and Johnson.
Yes.
the love affair that I am, again, 2 decades behind on getting into.
Yes.
I think, honestly, that's why when he hooked up with Daenerys, it just didn't quite work for me, because I feel like all of us just had Ygritte in our heart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Kit Harington and Rose Leslie.
And they're still together, I think.
I think so. Do you know what Hodor's real name was?
Hodor. Really?
No, Willis. Yeah. Yeah. You were close, Willis.
I wish that they had spent a lot more time in flashbacks that I feel like they were so important, and they were just kind of swept under. Maybe they were on some editing floor, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But those were my favorite. Those were my jam.
Yeah. I mean, the episode where they reveal how Hodor became Hodor, it's just so epic.
I know.
It was
definitely one of those things that was not on my radar. I had already, by the time I had watched the episode 1, I knew all about the characters, and because I had Googled ahead of time like a dummy. But I had no clue that Hodor was freaking hold the door.
Yeah. And we talked about already who killed Joffrey. Lady Olenna. Do you know what city was used to film King's Landing?
Ooh, I mean, I wanna say Rome, but I'm probably wrong.
It is Dubrovnik, Croatia.
Ooh, it's beautiful there.
Yeah, you can go there and tour the King's Landing.
It's a lot closer than New Zealand for the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. True, very true. Do you have what's your favorite part?
Each time I watch it changes.
I know.
I am a huge fan of the way that Sansa grows up.
Yes.
And then also Arya. I feel like their characters are so fleshed out. They're such strong chicks. You really see with Sansa her sweet, innocent. You almost kind of hate her. She's not really in her heart,
right?
And then later, and maybe it's because of all the trauma she went through.
She went through. She had the most horrible road, I feel like.
And I tell Cassidy all the time, I mean, there are still a few in the series, even though as much as I've watched them, that I have fast forwarded through, and the rape scene with Ramsay is one I've never seen, and I don't think I ever will. What a horrible human.
Yeah.
Ramsay and Joffrey, those two actors probably have never gotten work.
They haven't. So the actor that plays Joffrey didn't. Yeah, that's the only acting job he ever had, because he was I got so much hate.
And they cast him perfectly, because he did look like
he was very punchable.
Well, he was punchable, but he looked like a product of incest.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
beady little eyes and
weird shaped. He probably
had weird mouth.
Chromosomes.
Some kind of trisomy something. Oh,
trisomy asshole. That's what
sir. If you don't, we're sorry. You're not listening, but I just punched the mic. My bad.
Maybe get on some HGH to dye your hair.
I saw Joffrey on my microphone and I just punched him.
I know.
Anyways, yes, he was very punchable. Like, I don't know if I've ever been so happy for someone to die. And just like his death scene, I was like, yeah, perfect.
And I think Daenerys, whatever, she gets a bad rap. For a lot, she's just an ignored kind of character, but her character has a lot of flesh to it. Her and her first husband, what's his name, cutie patootie Jason Momoa. It was a sad day when he died, y'all. I was waiting for some more.
Call Drogo.
I know. And, not many people can take a rape scene and then turn that into love later on, too.
Yeah.
Pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I love Daenerys. I felt like her character had so much potential. And so it was kind of sad to see, like, her, again, Targaryen, just, like, turn crazy, like,
yeah, get power hungry, but also just be kind of jealous. I get that. It's just funny how in each of these stories, I don't care if you're talking about Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, or even Knights of the
Seven Kingdoms.
Each one of these tropes, including Egg, they don't want to be in power. I mean, Jon didn't want it.
I always say that's the best.
Daenerys didn't want it. I know.
The best leader is one who doesn't want it.
Yeah. It becomes so anticlimactic because obviously they're forced into it. Again, a parallel of real life. You have to do things you don't want to do because you're the best person to do them. There's just so many lessons, y'all. There's so many lessons in Game.
If you needed any more convincing to go watch it, there you go. You're going to learn some shit.
It's so good. And then call us up because we could talk about it.
That's right. I know. Now I'm like, I'm going to have to go watch it again.
I think you should.
It's so good. And I know when it was on, I was like, no, it just seems so like, I don't know, wild and out there.
Lots going on at the same time.
Maybe it was like too hyped at the time. And then like as time passed, I was like, there's 8 seasons. I was like, I'm too far gone. Like I can't start now. Like I'll never. And so then I just started one day and then couldn't stop.
Yeah. 2 chicks with no lives. This is how we roll now. Thank God we have this to fall back on. No life.
Me and my husband talk about how funny it is that dragons are just cats.
Yeah.
They're just big cats that breathe fire.
I mean, not so much in House of Dragon, man.
Yeah.
Mean little dudes in there.
And you know how they have the dragon Valyrian? And so our cat is named Lily, and so we call her Lilarion.
Little fatty.
Lilarion the Dread. She don't do nothing. She just lays there, but she's basically a dragon.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're so cute. Well, is there any other like favorite parts you have or anything else that you just like really love about the show? I mean, I know there's so many things,
there are. It's just so great.
Or anything you found interesting or like, I don't know.
One thing I didn't like was the arc of the guy that loses his penis. What's his name?
Oh, Varys.
Yes. I loved him. I wish that he at the end wasn't betrayed, by Tyrion. Tyrion, yes. And also,
I love Tyrion.
Yes. I have to say, I forgot about him. It's funny watching this man who, traditionally little people are, put in as a novelty, or the fact that this guy is low key the dark horse of the entire series. He's got the best lines.
Yeah.
Delivers. I mean, he does. He's great.
Yeah, he's great.
What does he says? I drink and I know things.
Yeah.
He at the end of it all, his grand finale was fantastic, I thought. And at the end of it, I was like, is he the main character? He main character vibes with that guy. I feel like Jon Snow looked like he was, but obviously at the very end when they brought him before the council and he pretty much made all the decisions on who was going to be ruling and where he's the guy, he's the man.
Yeah.
And
the brains of the operation.
Yeah. The cripple, the imp.
I agree. Agree.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love that. I loved his character too. He just like went through so much hardship and like persevered and still like did good for the realm.
He was and looking back, if you look at all the characters that did the best in the season and brought it to the most truthful place, were always the the cripple, the imp, the bastard. It was never somebody that
not them pure-bloodeds.
Right. Which is another lesson.
Yeah.
You think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm sure we could probably talk about Game of Thrones for 3 weeks straight, but the people might get bored of that. So we'll just leave that where it is. And if anybody else has any shows that you think we should watch and then talk about, we could be down.
Definitely.
We could be down.
We're open for suggestion.
That's right. Well, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. I hope this isn't my last time. Let's think about other
Never.
Bring to the people.
Never your last time. The people love you, so.
I love my people.
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. And good winter is coming, but not here in Texas.
Not exactly.
Bye, y'all.